Alright, welcome back. So now let's set up the main hit, and we're going to do this by adding a few different particle sources. So the first thing I want to do is just hide our particles here. And we can get a lot of really interesting dynamics by using particles. So we're going to actually have a couple of different particle emitters, one emitting velocity and one with the main hit. And that should make things a bit more interesting. So let's go up and let's add a emitter. And that'll automatically be attached to the nucleus 1. And let's just rename this explosions emitter and particle as well. And so the idea is I just want a really fast burst of particles right off the side where we had our other explosion going on. So I'm just going to snap that here. And it's going to be pretty similar to the other emitter. Let's keep it on for a couple frames. But let's have a lot of particles here, like 5,000. Set a key, and then key it off after a frame. And so we want them really fast like we had before, but maybe not quite that fast. Although they're going to die out in a couple of frames. So we had a 500 and a 250. Let's just go just a tad less at 400 and 200. And let's not forget to constrain it. And now on the particle themselves, we're going to have this pretty much just like the other particles, but we're going to have a random range of quite a bit lower. We just want to have it on for a few frames. So 0.06 and something around 0.01. So we just want a fast burst of particles that's going to die off after a few frames, and then the fluid solver is going to take over and let the explosion do its thing. There we go. Now it's a bit behind, so let's turn on the inherent velocity in the particle. Inherent factor to 1, and this will just keep the velocity of the direction that it's moving. And in the particle again, I'm going to change this to spheres. Let's make them a bit bigger. And let's randomize them a little bit. Something like that. And also let's just change the color, just in case we want to use some different colored smoke. I find it's really interesting. We can always have it just to be one color of smoke in the shader itself, but if we want to use the different color grid smoke, then we have the option to do that. So we might as well sim it with some different colors anyways. So let's just see how this is doing now with the inherent velocity. There you go. So it's coming towards with the chopper a bit. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Let's just take a cache of that at 0.5. And there we go. So that's going to be the main part of our explosion. So in the next clip, we'll go in and we'll set up the fluid container with the main hit of these particles here.